stuff is invaluable. You know, we have a tendency, I think, we sit back and you look, it's just a couple of big leaguers, but like a relationship like that right there, the difference in experience and age, and to have somebody that's willing to dig in and talk with you is just incredible. There's so much that can be done, so much that you can learn. As long as you're a guy that's willing to learn, you got to be open to the idea of listening to what older guys have to say, and you're wanting to learn. That's cool to see.
I'm sure certain guys have just a better touch than others at doing just that. As Lowe strikes out swinging, and the inning is done. All right, 7th inning coming up here tonight. Atlanta currently leads by 4.
Team Pettit just absolutely dominant. Perfect through 6 innings. Perhaps the best, definitely the best start in this tent with.
against the Miami Marlins, where he went 5 innings, gave up just a couple of earned runs. It was his first start of the year that kind of inflated that ERA. 5 earned runs in 2 2/3. The pitch arsenal for this right-hander, very simple. 4-seam fastball, an excellent changeup, and a curveball in the mix as well. Anderson will turn 24 years old on Monday.
All right, well, his first offering to Calhoun, a comebacker, and Anderson will field his own position well, throws out Cole, and that is out number 1.
He'll probably take that one because in his last start against the Marlins, the first pitch of the game that he threw, Josh Chisholm hit it out of the ballpark for a home run. So the first 2 batters of the last 2 games aggressive here against Ian Anderson. A ground out compared to the home run he gave up last game.
Yeah, that's a slightly different feel for a guy. And the Rangers, they've been challenged by their manager and the hitting coaches. Be aggressive. They don't mind that, Mike Calhoun. Well, get a good pitch. They do not want you passing up on it.
And I would say especially tonight with this guy, because he has the good changeup, you don't want to get to it.
Well, chopper to shortstop. Swanson throws it high to first, but it's in time to get Simeon. That was a little closer than one would have guessed initially off the bat. 2 away.
Let's see, likely because of the high hop, you see that second bounce as well. Dansby Swanson took a little bit of time throwing that ball and the high throw. Marcus Simeon hustling down the line. See a little tap of the glove, or I should say tap of the leg, then tap of the glove and a high throw. But Matt Olson able to hold the bag.
Stretch up for that one. Corey Seager, what do you know? Going after the first pitch. Corey. That is a big part of his game. 2 homers, 10 RBIs for Seager. And today the talk Chris Woodward was about the offensive approach and what should do. Specifically kept using the terminology, their DNA. And some guys, you know, they just need to be reprogrammed a little bit. But in Seager's case, he pointed out, he's like, no, he has the DNA.
So he has been in the strike zone a ton. The trade-off has been the home runs early on, and so that balance in there. Strike percentage has been exceptionally high, 69% through 3 games. For Spencer Howard, league average is about 63%.
All right, there's a number I want you to
in zone.
In zone whiff rate.
Oh, in zone whiff. That's not one of my that I keep in my little reports, but I can certainly get it.
I knew that was the type of thing you could do. So that's the one thing you like about it. He's going after guys. He's getting a lot of strikes. He's obviously attacking them, but a little bit, maybe too much. One could argue with those home runs being evidence of that. 2-0.
So in that first game of Toronto, it was 7%.
Okay.
The game against Oakland, it was 25%.
All right, so much improved.
Yeah. And I know your next question.
Yep.
And you're going to have to give me a second.
That was good. Strike 2 called. Well, that's that cutter again. Almost the identical spot where he got Heredia. Now the count now 2-2. Well, Spencer, his stuff obviously is pretty good. I mean, this is what we've seen from time to time. Here's a 2-2. And he goes for that cutter again. Foul away.
That pitch looks good so far here tonight early on. I don't want to get overly excited, but the location of that cutter has been really solid. League average in zone whiff rate for pitchers is 18%. So you're absolutely right. In that Oakland game, 25% was the number. You know, generating swings and misses is one thing. For a lot of guys, that means being up the strike zone and getting the chance. You can get swing and miss inside the strike zone. Now you're talking about that.
So it was a long at bat with Heredia. Eventually got him looking. An 8-pitch at bat. And this will be the 7th pitch of this confrontation with Contreras. William Contreras, who's 0 for 4 so far this year, just recently called up. And the swing foul.
A nice moment last night. He set the Major League Baseball record. 45 home runs last year at the second base position. Did he pass Davey Johnson? That's
Yeah,
right.
Davey Johnson. Exactly. Davey had 43 home runs. That was back in the 70s. Davey did that.
It's like hitting 80 today.
No kidding. And the breaking ball misses up and away for ball 1 to Albies.
Had Davey as a manager. My first ever manager in the big leagues,
Wow.
Davey Johnson.
He was a skinny little hitter too when he was a middle infielder in his playing days. He didn't look like the guy who had 40 homer pop. 2-0 to Albies, who walked earlier tonight. In fact, when he walked in the first inning, that was a 4-pitch walk. He's seen 6 pitches tonight and nothing really near the zone. Here's a 2-0, and he's showing that one isn't anywhere near the zone.
And I got to imagine for Spencer Howard, maybe a little bit frustrated watching Albies. We know that, of course, it was Garrett Richards who faced him the first time. He will chase. They talked about that today. 34%. That is his chase rate. League average is 32. Like, this guy will absolutely let it fly and open it up. But you got to give him a chance. Got to get a little bit closer to make that happen.
He's seen 8 pitches, and none of them have been even tempting to him. He walks for a second time. Howard, over 20 pitches in the inning. 23 pitch, second inning. Going to have to get Adam Duvall. He's going to get out of this inning. Brendan Segura, co-pitching coach for the Rangers, out there for a brief visit. And you can see before Brennan had gotten there, Spencer had turned to him and indicated to him verbally, like, I got it. Which is good. I mean, I think you want to see that. But you also got to believe it.
Yeah, and they're not, obviously, when you have a pitching coach come out there, you're not taking him out,
No.
right? It's just
Scoops it up. Strides over, force out already at 1 away.
it's something that you try to identify when you go through that with a player. Is it mental? Is it physical? Or is it something in the mechanics that makes it difficult for him to repeat and get that consistent release point? Or is it part of the mental game? Maybe he's feeling like he has to be perfect, and then it's corner or off, and he doesn't have that kind of stuff. There are certain guys that, yeah, their command needs to be on point. And once you can figure out whichever one of those things, or a combination maybe of both, then you come up with a plan for package. But at least if it is on the mental side, if they're just beginning to believe in his stuff more, they're fine to play in halves, or maybe thirds at the most, and not much more than that. You want him thinking a really small target to work for him.
1-0. There you go. That's right in there. 1-1. Harris hit the solo homer the 4th inning. And it was exactly a wall scraper. He hit it to a very deep part of the park. And he smashes that ball as well. Good night, Nurse. Flexing their muscles, 435 feet that one by Contreras.
And maybe not the guy that you were expecting. It's the changeup. Now look where Garver's glove is. I mean, that is an elevated changeup, maybe even up above the zone. Not something you're going to see very often. It's one thing to hang a changeup in the middle of the plate. Ball is way up there. Just a nice for Contreras.
Now a little tapper over the right side of the infield. Swanson, second out of the infield. It's the first multi-homer game in Contreras' career. He had 8 home runs last year with Atlanta. and